everybody, Crystal Kitsune here, and we are back again with puzzle parts. Now, some of this might be edited due to the fact that, we're trying to get into the game and trying to get into a pillage or something. I might just have to resort to doing puzzles, like the regular puzzles, because we don't get in on a pillage or anything. But I was going to just do like this as kind of like a no voice, no camera, just play, like gameplay, and then I'd edit it or not edit it or whatever. But I figured, what the hell, I'll go ahead and put my webcam and my voice and stuff on, and then just edit it if we need, or if I need. So we're gonna go ahead and pop on Lucian and see what's going on. My feathered hat just dusted, so I don't have a hat anymore. So I have some clothes, I think, in. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Okay, so everything but the hat. But we could go shopping, but that would take a lot of time, and because you have to find the right place to go, and there's a bunch of shops. Like, if we went out here and went to Taylor's, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stores here in this area alone. And then there's or actually 9, because this is like a stall that also has shops. These ones here are just, on the island. But we're going to go to the notice board and look right away for anything going on. It looks like they're doing a pillage. Greedy Pilly. Average to hard Riggin. So we'll go ahead and apply to that. See if they add it. Had to move my microphone out of the way because it was hindering my view here. Ahoy. I can rig or build. So what do you prefer? Oh, not right now. But thanks. I'll just rig. They were asking me if I wanted to join a crew, or looking for a crew, and I said no thanks. So this particular looks like they just started jobbing, so it might take a while to get jobbed. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and come back when we're starting to go, because the jobbing can take a while and I really don't feel like editing it all out and talking in between it, because sometimes I'll say something profound but then I want to delete it because it's just during the waiting period. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause it and bring you back whenever we get started. Okay? I'll see you on the other side. And we're back. We waited a few minutes, but now they're finally getting on to sailing. So now we get to start our rigging venture. And there's been a lot of little tips and tricks or whatever that I did of all these different puzzles, or the ones that I could do for the Navy or whatnot. Rigging I'm okay with. I mean, I'm not, super amazing at it. We won't play for too long. We'll play for a little while, maybe up until they get to the end, or maybe not. I'm not sure. Depends on how many attacks we get, like how many ships attack us and whatnot. I would technically like to do these a little bit longer, but time, I don't have a lot of time to do that during this recording session, only have about 20 minutes to record, then I have like another, hour or whatever to edit, depending on how much I need to edit, and then upload. And the uploads, depending on how long the video is, can take anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour and a half. So, yeah, I can't sit here and record for an hour and then like edit it down for like another couple hours and then, upload it for however many hours that would take. I would love to do longer things and like have them be uploaded during the day or for the previous day, or the next day rather, not the previous, because previous is yesterday, not today or tomorrow. But what would end up happening if I did that though would be me recording things during the day without voice, like Puzzle Pirates or something like that, and then adding voice in afterwards, or just not having any voice whatsoever. So that just depends on like how much you'd enjoy that or whatever. I wouldn't want to just do like a video with no sound, because that would be boring. I mean, I would have like the game sounds, but I wouldn't have any dialogue or anything. So all you would be hearing would be the game sounds with no face cam, no microphone. It would just be that. When I did Puzzle Pirates the last time, I did it different. I recorded it during the day and then had it dubbed over with my voice later on, which is doable. I mean, I'm still doing commentary, but it's not in the moment commentary, like us coming up to things while they're happening, instead of me already knowing what's going to happen and then just me commenting about it. So I throw the question out to you. Would you rather have like short videos with commentary and webcam, like 15-20 minute videos? Of course, most of mine are like 20 minutes and higher. I don't usually get to the 15-minute point because I'm usually like right in the middle of something and I don't want to stop, so I kind of like push it over a little bit. Like when I did the tour of Saltopia last night, or the other night, I did it like I walked around and did all that, but it took about 25 minutes. And I didn't really have anything to edit because there wasn't really, it was like constant constant talking and constant movement, so I really couldn't edit anything out of that. So that's why it was so long. It was 25 minutes. Normally, I try to edit my videos down the best I can, so that way they're not super long, because I wouldn't want you guys to sit there for more than 30 minutes at a time, watching my videos. So I can keep doing them the way that I do and just have them short and kind of unexciting, some of them. Because, I mean, this game here, it's fine, except for it's unreliable. Like, you don't know if you're going to get a pillage or what have you in time to record. I mean, it's not really a set in advance type of thing. It's not like I don't have a crew, I don't have an active crew on this character that I can say, hey, I'm gonna do recording, so let's set up a pillage that I can do for about 15-20 minutes. I don't have that ability on this character. I don't even have it on my other character, my main character, because the crew that I am on the main character is kind of sort of defunct right now. Like, most of the people that are crew members, I haven't gone in there for a couple weeks now, but the last time I went in on Ivani, pretty much everybody was like gone long enough to be where they're put into a certain category. There's a category that has people like inactive members, and it'll go into a different list. So active members are like up at the top, inactive members are down at the bottom, and So most of the crew, including the captain, was all in the inactive list. So I'm like, what the hell, you know? So now we're doing some sword fighting. We got intercepted. So now we get to SF sword fight. And the reason why there was like a big gap between not doing anything and now is because somebody lagged out. So it made them automatically be kicked out of the sword fight. So we're down one person. It happened last time too when we were doing pillage. It lagged out, which I don't know why, but it did. And I told the crew while I was waiting for them to start, and I was paused, that I was recording this for my YouTube channel. So they know that I'm recording. So last one I didn't tell because they didn't seem to care. Like, they were talking amongst themselves. They didn't really care to talk to jobbers or anything, so I didn't volunteer the information. Because knowing my luck, they probably wouldn't have wanted me recording them. But they were the only people that were, you know, running a pillage at the time. So it was either them or nothing, and just doing stuff with the Navy, which is boring because it's just running through the ocean from one point to another, and you don't get intercepted by anything. We're almost done. We got 2 more pirates to kill. But I don't get on this game enough to get a crew, to be honest, because they were asking me if I wanted to join their crew or if I was looking for a crew, and I told them no thanks because I am not on this game long enough to have a crew to join. It's kind of sad because when I was first starting this game, I was in one crew. I probably mentioned this before, but I was in this one crew, and then I got transferred to a different one later on because of some kind of situation. Like, I was hitting on somebody else's boyfriend or something, and they didn't want me in the crew anymore. They didn't want me in the crew anymore, so they were like, okay, well, we're going to transfer you to a different crew. So when I was transferred and put into another crew, I was put into like a flagship crew. Like, it's a member of the flag, which means multiple crews are in one flag, but they're not the same crew. It's just multiple crews. And so they suggested that I move into a different crew, and I did, begrudgingly, because I actually liked the crew that I was in, but they suggested that I go to the bootleg bandits. And it was actually kind of a good thing, because the bootleg bandits were like really nice people. You know, when I first started, Diamond was no, Foulbird was the captain, and Diamond was like his first mate or whatever. And their crew has been running since like 2005 or something. I would have to look at it, but it's been running for a very long time. So it's a pretty well established crew. And they have always been like on, somebody has always been online to do something. Whether it was run a pillage or an inner arch or Atlantean run, or it was essentially as a sea monster hunt. But there was always somebody on to do something. Why is this not working? Come on. So every time I would log on, somebody would always go, Imani! Like, they were really super happy to see me. And they did that with everybody. And it was just very nice people that were, like, you know, very helpful. So if you came into the crew and you were like, didn't know what the fuck you were doing, you could just like ask somebody, and then they were like, oh yeah, sure, like we can give you like a training course or whatever. So when I was first made officer in the bootleg bandits, because it goes by rank, so you start as a cabin person, and then you get ranked to a pirate. You're a cabin person when you kind of first join the crew, then you get updated up graded to pirate. Then it goes from pirate to officer, then it goes from officer to fleet officer, then fleet officer to senior officer, and then senior officer is like the highest you can go. Unless they added another one, but I doubt it. So I was made an officer, and I was kind of like, I don't deserve this. Like, why are you giving me this position? Because I didn't think I deserved it. I didn't think I was that good a player. But they were like, we can teach you. You know, like, basically, as an officer, you can run pillages by yourself. And, you know, once you know, you can, you get, charts. That's what I was trying to think of. You get charts to chart you from point A to point B when you're doing a pillage. So when you do those long enough, because once you get them on your boat, then they automatically like can be position, you know, go from point A to point B on either one. If you do it enough, they call that mimming when you're doing it a lot, which means that eventually you'll memorize the run, and then you won't need a chart anymore to go to those places. So when I'm on this character or Ivani, I have a lot of the places on the map near where my house is docked, or where my boat is docked, my boats, and my house. It's close. Those areas, those islands and stuff like that, close to my house and ships, are memorized because I have been going through them a lot. Basically, to mim a route is take the helm and do navigation, because this here is battle navigation. This is a different kind of navigation. I'm talking about the navigation with the sextant and moving the stars around, which I actually got kind of good at, moving the stars around and everything. So, but it takes a lot of concentration because you have to move the pieces around to where they drop in order, because you want them to go doom, doom, doom. Essentially, you want them to like drop one, have that drop down, and then the other one clear, and then the next one drop down. So essentially, that's what you want to do is have them clear 3 at once. So doing that takes a lot of finagling to get them all around to where you want them to be. So I mimmed a lot of the ocean, so I can do a pillage run if I wanted to, but I wasn't confident with my battle navigation. That's the one that gets me the most, because I suck at BNav so much. BNav, or battle navigation, is a lot like chess. You see the board here, it's like grid, and this is who we're fighting against. And this is the moves that you have. So you have to try and get your ship over here, or avoid them shooting you and all that kind of stuff. It's all like planning ahead of time and trying to shoot them. Excuse me. And not get shot a lot yourself, because when you get shot too much, then your board gets messed up whenever you get to the altercation, the inevitable altercation. So the point of battle navigation is to use your cannons and get them to max damage. And then when you do that, then it's easier for you, because then their boards are screwed up, and then they can't, you know, they can't puzzle as well, because their boards are messed up. So when I was learning how to battle navigate, I know how to do it, but I'm not good at it. So the bootleg bandits were like, oh, you know, like, we'll have like a training class, like, for those who want to learn how to do battle navigation. And they would have like people like on a run, and they would take turns battle navigating. And there was one guy that was really good at the other crew that I was on, that was teaching battle navigation, and he would like show me the moves that I needed to do, and most of the time they worked out, and I did really good damage. But then I didn't really do that much of the battle navigation with bootleg bandits. I just let everybody else do it. But on Ivani, there was a crew that I was with before, who the owner wanted. I was kind of like his first mate, kind of, because there was only like me and like one other person, plus him. And he made me a fleet officer. And I was like asking him, like, why did you give me this position? Because I don't deserve it. And no, that was, I mean, he did that, and then another crew did that, because I left his crew because he went like missing in action for like a really long time, like almost a month. So I left his crew and found another one, and these people were also really nice, but they also like gave me a position that I wasn't comfortable with. They too gave me like fleet officer. No, fleet officer is afterwards. Senior officer is next, and then it's fleet officer. Because senior officer can rule over the other officers, and then fleet officer rules over the whole fleet. I think that's how it goes. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I was made a step up from regular officer. And I'm like, why did you give me this position? And they're like, because you work really hard. And I'm like, I don't really. I mean, I don't run pillages. I don't, I'm maybe helpful, but I don't do anything. And they were like, we give ranks based off of like how you act in the crew, like not basic, not necessarily because of like how well you can puzzle and stuff. And I didn't really like that. Like, I was kind of not really, I didn't deserve the position, let's put it that way. So I was like, well, that's nice and stuff, but I don't deserve this position at all. So I kind of like petitioned me to go back to regular officer because I didn't deserve the position. And then after a while, they were like, they didn't want to demote me, so I just went ahead and left the crew because I want to only have a rank like that if I can back it up with my abilities, Like, it's just a title that way, in that case. Like, oh yeah, I'm fleet officer, but I can't do diddly shit in the position, because the fleet officers, like, in the bootleg bandits, you had to be able to, like, have a certain proficiency in all these different ranks. It had to be a certain one, like, there's like grandmaster and master and everything like that. There are people that play this game that have stats like crazy because they play this game so much that they get so good that they're like, it's like breathing pretty much. I don't play this game enough to do that. I have some pretty good stats on Ivani, but I don't have very good stats on here, like, not on this character. And if these guys don't hurry up, I'm gonna have to bail on them, and I don't want to. Okay, there we go. We'll leave after this altercation. So this is probably gonna be another long video, unless I can. Oh, it's Rumble this time. Unless I can edit it down a little bit. So this is the other one. I didn't get to show you Rumble last time because all we got were sword fights. But this is Rumble. You just match the colored pieces like that. I'm not doing so well. I'm gonna be knocked out here in a minute. If we don't kill off more people. Because I'm just using my to fight with, because you can see some people have like chains, a fish, a gaff. You can get different weapons to fight with. There's like brass knuckles and stuff like that too. Dang it, come on, you stupid mouse. Yar. Okay, back home. That's gonna be it for Puzzle Pirates. I have to go do something, take an allergy pill or something because I'm having a time here. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. It means a lot. And if you want to follow, or go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, the links to those are in the description. As well on the front page, also have a website that you can check out that's also down there. Also, go over onto this side. I did it again. Go over on this side. There'll be a video that YouTube suggests that you check out. Here will be my face. You can click on that to go subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And over here will be a link to go get some merch if you're interested in getting a t-shirt or a tote bag or something like that with my character on it. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.